But yeah, welcome everybody to the return of something very interesting. And yes, I am happening to run this on an emulator because it'll just mean faster load times. I do have it on like an actual physical copy of the game, but hey, sometimes an emulator is faster. It's NHL 2004, the finest NHL. Oh, that's a lot of Danny Heatley's face. Jesus, that was a lot of Danny Heatley's face.
Highly unnecessary.
But it is the finest of EA Sports NHL titles. It is still probably pound for pound my favorite NHL of all time. That is probably also, there's probably some nostalgia involved in that too. But I swear it was 5+ years ago we did a dumb thing that people still talk about to this day. And we're kind of in that downtime of the summer. Like, we just got done, obviously, with the NHL draft. And now I'm like, what next? What to do? And when in doubt, we go towards the intro video, which I can't play the audio for because I'll get DMCA'd. But shout out to Soul Creation by Cinder. Hell of a song. Hell of a song. Nick, what's going on, by the way, buddy? I'm doing well. Essentially, what we're going to be doing is just screwing around on this game's franchise mode. And Tom with the 57. Thank you so much for that, buddy. We're just going to be screwing around on franchise mode, but this franchise mode had something that no other franchise mode has ever had before and after, and that is the ability to upgrade your office. And that is what I am in pursuit of. Only the finest of personal offices to really showcase just how good I am at my job. But God, this intro video is still just, again, the fact they barely, if at all, do that anymore, like those intro videos, is crazy. Ryan Miller. God, I forgot how long Ryan Miller played for the Sabres. He was wearing the freaking Hasek era stuff. That's insane. That is insane. But God, dude, this game is insane. And if you're decent with a PC and don't mind a hell of a lot of trial and error, of course, NHL 04 Rebuilt exists to this day, with people updating the rosters, which is really nice. But God, I could literally just sit here and watch all of the extras and just, goddamn, the nostalgia is insane for this particular game. But it is about Dynasty mode for us. Oh, baby, let's go. I forgot we got to pick faces. Play this game so much as a team. Oh, I mean, Silvercore, it's insane. Like I said, it is still my favorite NHL of all time. There's probably a good amount of nostalgia for that. But, you have a big T-Rex skull like that. No, I don't. But I am an old man with a mustache. Ted Turner light. Oh, God. That is a lot of forehead. And that is a lot of goatee. I wonder who the hell these people were. Hold on. This isn't going to be anything that I rush through. I need to see if certain people... Oh, okay, there we go. That's weird. I was going to say, I need to see if certain people are in the credits. If there's anybody that was working on the game at the time that I know of now, that I might be able to message and just be like, hey, so who are these people? I don't think there is, though. You might notice a lot of surnames, though, that have been in the player name list forever. And this would have been why. Shout out to Mike Beaver. Also going by very quickly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in fairness, it's probably a good thing that there might not be anybody else around from 22 years ago. Might be a good thing. Got to the credits going under the black bar. I think that's an emulator glitch. It might not be. I don't think I'm going to be so lucky. Damn. Rome, what's up? What's up? All right, so Dynasty mode. What random person do we want to be? That is the question. I mean, let's be honest. Oh, dude, I remember this. Dude, so many of these people had just so much forehead going on. Then you had Tom Selleck. Shout out to Tom Selleck. He was crushing it. There's just so many options. EA put out a call for old manager-looking guys. You think they just went to, like, the... like, just had, like, an open casting call and just elected to, just be like, hey, get a picture of yourself taken. Put on this shirt. GM9 has your forehead. I wish I could grow a mustache like that, but you know what? We'll be the stash. We will be the stash. So what the hell do we want your name to be? Oh, well, I mean, you know what? In honor of the man himself, or should I say the man? There's only one name to have right now. There's only one name to have right now. And that is General Manager Mongoose. I got tagged so many fucking times on Twitter the second this kid was drafted, solely because of franchise modes. So there we go. There he is. Mongoose Sr. There he is. All right. League name can be new. That's fine. Skill level, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of this doesn't really matter for us. I thought for a moment the game was playing Mr. Crowley. Can you imagine? Tiebreaker. 5 minutes in shootout. Hero ratings are fine. Penalties are fine. Fighting is fine. Icing is fine. 2-line pass is not fine. Get rid of that nonsense. No 2-line pass for me. So the big question is what team to be. That's the big question. Shout out to Snipe and Scores. 72 months. Snipe, welcome in, buddy.
Highly unnecessary.
That with the Patriots, Jack.
Oh, I forgot it had this Dynasty.
To leave the ball game for ruining a good piece of pizza.
And Anaheim, of course. Still going with the Ducks. Let's just be showing the Western teams. That makes sense. Let's see. I mean, we could be the Coyotes. We could be the Thrashers. I mean, it would make sense to be teams that don't exist anymore, right? It would be. God, LA when they were rocking so much purple. Beautiful. Oh, Phoenix. That old school Sharks logo, just so undefined. Is create a team an option? Yes. Yes, it is. But there aren't, to my recollection, there aren't too many great options in this game for create a team. But you know what? I mean, hey, we're here. Why not? We're not rushing or anything. We're not. Let's see. Let's see. God, you did have the goal horns and the crowd chants and everything. Can I advance? Yes, autofill the team. I want to see. Yeah, okay. So for logos, no great option sounds like a great option. That's totally fair. Totally fair. So yeah, God, what were the logos in this game? And of course, you could only use like already established other teams' jerseys. That was the other big issue. That was the other big issue. It's like, here you go. You can have a letter. You can have this Wile E. Coyote ass wolf. You can have this wizard. This Yu-Gi-Oh ass wizard. There's a okay, I'll be completely honest. I don't know if that's a hornet or a wasp. I have no idea. I don't know the difference. I don't. You can have this Viking that froze to death. He's feeling pretty blue. You can have a Viking that froze to death. You can have the most Japanese thing I've ever seen. So there's that. You can have a cargo ship. All right. You can have a tiger that looks like it has two mouths, like under the nose. It's a part of the nose and for the whiskers, but that also looks like a mouth on its own. And then you have his actual mouth as he's looking to eat a hockey puck. There's a Mustang that looks like it's trying to avoid a mouse that's running around at its feet. Either that, or it's about ready to stomp somebody out. I'm not sure which. Spider Puck. Black Widow Spider Puck. This fucking Viper or Cobra or whatever the hell that was in these games for centuries. The goddamn Loch Ness Monster. 350. Scorpion. I mean, I am wearing the Sting shirt today. And shout out to the Scorpion. By the way, the sweetest thing about this Scorpion, no doubt about it, the webbing inside the fucking pincher. Outstanding. You don't get creativity like that anymore. The Venice Beach Stingers, right? There's a cock. A cock pointing north. The North Cocks. Our future. That we could be the tomorrow's hockey club. Just rockets everywhere. A very old rhinoceros. Why is that rhinoceros so old? Look at him. He's so old. Holy hell. He's so old. Batman or the Wu-Tang. I'm not sure which. I'm not quite sure who you're ripping off. I think it's both. God, I wish I had that logo for the modern games for the Portland Pirates. That'd be sick. That would be sick. Goddamn Barracuda. That was in the game forever, too. The cutest goddamn pig. Just the cutest goddamn pig. That's insane. A Desperado. The Gold Diggers. We could be the Gold Diggers. The Millionaires. Oh, God. Another Desperado. That is true. We could be the Burnaby Beach Chings, after all. Whatever the hell this was supposed to be. I know he's bending a hockey stick around, and he's got, like, the weird face, like, whatever the hell's going on there. This bored-ass lion. The Lewiston Maniacs. I mean, honestly, yeah. Honestly. We could be the Knights. So that's fun. Your third grader's art project of what do you think a hawk looks like? A bird that's mad at the world, just yelling into the air. Bear paw. Bear paw. Just a goddamn goblin. Just a goddamn goblin. Clash of Clans goblin. It's Shrock. There he is. A Yeti that really wants to It's you know, I bet he's a big fan of David Copperfield. There's what the hell is going on with this bird, and why does it look like it's leading a political rally? We got Elon Musk as a sparrow. Goddamn eagle. It might be a puffin. The fact that you even have to say might be, but yeah, probably. Dragon. There's actually a lot of logos in this game. Fair enough. We got a goddamn dragon. Muscle dolphin. Muscle shark. Is that a dolphin or is that a shark? I can't tell. It's too buff. That's a Pokemon. The Roid Fin. Jesus. My sleep paralysis demon. That's what that is. Say hello to my sleep paralysis demon. Holy shit. That's intense. The Hangman Pages. I think that's a puma. It's a blood-covered puma. More birds. So many birds. So many birds. A fucking ink blot test. I see a skull. I think I see a skull. I'm not sure. Feel free to give me your best. This is what I see. A snail, maybe? Bull moon. I always had a name. I always had a name for this one. And I called him I didn't call him Francis. I called him Francis from goddamn Oliver and Company. I used this logo a lot as a kid because I'm like, oh, it's Francis. So, shout out to Oliver and Company. Goddamn, what a movie. The Dabless Stars. Okay. Bobcat? Is that a B for Bobcat? I think that's a B for Bobcat. It's Bobcat. Sexual Deviant B? I don't really know how else to describe that other than Sexual Deviant B. Sexual Beviant, if you will. God, Endo, we got there at the same time, too. It's amazing. Then there's a beaver with a black eye. All right. All right. There's a bear, I think. Fucking Yogi's seen better days. Holy shit. Why does that bear look so, like, uncanny? Maybe it's because it's like he doesn't have a nose. It's just weird. Bat. So I guess we can consider the other logo the Wu-Tang logo if this is the bat. Okay. Airplane. All right. Airplane's good. Got the old Wright brothers. We got a skull, a ninja skull with money. And then we're back to North Korea. Is Jamarcus Russell involved in this too? God, I wish. I wish, Baffle. So we could technically make a custom team. Again, though, the weakest part of the creative team in this game is you have to use another team's jerseys. It will put the logo on it, but you can't customize your own jerseys. So that's kind of why I don't do anything with create a team in this game. Even though, again, like there are cool features of like, you know, the crowd chants and stuff like that, which in fairness, and we'd have to move somebody. Yeah, I mean, that's not as big of a deal. If I do this, let me see. Can I get the audio to work without blowing out my fucking eardrums? Oh, come on now. Should be working. Will that one work? All right. Well, for whatever reason, the audio doesn't want to work tonight anyway, so. Which is okay, because, again, I can't play most of the music anyway without getting DMCA'd. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know why the audio is not working, though. That's really weird. Anyway, I don't think we'll use a create a team, but in case people wanted to see the logos, which, again, I'm cool with checking out everything this game has to offer. Because, again, this game is still to this day one of the best NHLs ever made. We're not going to use these office upgrade points or anything like that. Damn it, we got to earn it. We got to earn it. I didn't mean to go for my profile either. This might, I don't know if this will crash the game, but it's definitely not going to find anything. Given that, again, I do have a physical copy of the game, but I am running it on an emulator. Shout out to Nico, 21 months. Did I like the Bruins pick? I did. I was very happy to wake up to the news of William Moore getting drafted because he plays piano, and I think that's neat. So there's that. So there is that. All right, back into the Dynasty. Again, what? Sorry, we were using Tom Selleck. And, let's see, we definitely want to be old Mongoose again. There he is. Good old Mongoose. And again, let's just set this up really quickly. It shouldn't be a big deal. 5 minutes in shootout. Penalties can be up a little bit. 2-line passes off. Should be good. So who's getting fired for returning the NHL draft? Dude, it was baffled. Like, again, I'm still not over that, just how bad the draft presentation was. Absolutely atrocious. Like, the worst televised sports draft I have ever seen, and that includes the COVID years. Genuinely horrific. I do not understand what they were thinking. Like, that would have been bad by COVID standards. And the fact that it was COVID style 5 years later is just, yeah, horrific. Genuinely horrific. But, all right, so I'm not really worried about how good the team is by default because we got work to do anyway. I thought the audio started working all of a sudden. That was really weird. Oh, I'm freaking stupid. Never mind, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, baffled. That's the NHL. Has potential, but they screwed it up. That's the NHL, baby. That's how it works. So, yeah, I mean, Anaheim starts off decent scouting. Workout room's okay because, again, you got to upgrade facilities and everything. It's not going to tell us too much about the teams aside from just how they start off. But obviously, like, the interesting ones, like Anaheim has their old logo, which is kind of their new logo again anyway. Columbus has the super old CBJ logo, which I never really liked that logo, I got to be honest. Dallas obviously has the old Stars logo. LA was using a lot more purple. Of course, the Phoenix Coyotes are there, which is always nice. But then over in the East, the Atlanta Thrashers. I mean, whenever you're using an older game, the Thrashers are always kind of right there. Notice how they weren't congratulating Florida with the pick, everybody. I mean, that's because it wasn't the front offices, basically. But, you know. Oh, God, the old Bruins logo. Of course, the Sabres with the goat head. I mean, come on. You can't beat the goat head. You can't do it. Florida's old logo, which was still really sick. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, in terms of what team we use, what do you guys think? I don't really care what team we use. The team is just kind of the window dressing to the actual main event. Nashville Kings, spin a wheel. Yeah, we could spin a wheel. We could. The Panthers. Who's the lowest overall team in the game? I think it is Atlanta. Actually, it can't be. They have Heatley and Kovalchuk. Actually, Atlanta and Pittsburgh. Atlanta and Pittsburgh are the two lowest rated teams in the game by default. So, do we go with the Thrashers or do we go with the Penguins? I feel like it'd be pretty interesting to be the Penguins just because they're, this is pre-Crosby. Like, they're terrible. They are absolutely terrible. And I feel like we use the Thrashers a lot in a lot of flashback stuff. Honestly, let's go Pittsburgh. Let's go Pittsburgh. We'll have Marc-Andre Fleury and pretty much nothing else. Oh, that's right. I forgot to change the background for everybody, too. Let's go Pittsburgh. I'm good with that. Congratulations, Mr. Mount. Dude, the loading times are going to be amazing, by the way, as well. Team owners have fired most of the staff and sold most of the team's facilities. As a result, your players are playing way below their potential. For every 100 experience points you get, the team owners will let you upgrade the staff and facilities. It's your job to earn these upgrades and start building your dynasty. So, this is the main event. This is what we're doing this for. Welcome to our starter office, featuring a calendar, a clock, and a man that I can only describe as a luchador sex pest. And, of course, the Don Cherry plaid couch. Over time, we are going to be able to earn rewards to upgrade our office. That includes what's on the back wall, with everything from a swordfish to the current calendar. Sidewall, again, you start off with the masked man, but can eventually get upgrades. You can change what the bookcase looks like. You can change what's on the top of the bookcase, and we already start off with a goddamn coffee machine. What is that, a coffee machine? There we go. Computer! We got a large white computer and a large black computer. We're going to start with the large white computer because I don't have a choice. You can upgrade the couch, but I mean, come on. It starts you off with the best couch possible. The you people of couches. In the corner, we can have a slot machine or a file cabinet. Let's go with a slot machine. That'll be fine. And then over time, of course, we can also change the desk from pine, cedar, to even rich mahogany. Or the vaunted flame desk. And of course, you can change what's on top of the desk as well. You can change eventually what the floor looks like, what your plant is, and even what your GM wardrobe is. Unfortunately, no changes there. You can also change the wallpaper eventually. That is atrocious. But not the right type of atrocious. Change what the chair looks like. I mean, there's a lot to change. There's a lot to do. And that is what this is about. We want to be a GM in style. Also, my name is apparently Guzman's. Did I accidentally put last name first? I guess we're not Mons Goose. We are Guzman's. So there you go. There you go. So what, really quickly, let me just double check this, and then we'll see what this Penguins roster looks like by default. Guzman's is these. Filing error, right? In case we watch, we are going to want the game speed to be down. I don't know if we'll watch anything because this team's not going to be good for a long time, but it's good to know. Display settings. In case we end up watching, we'll go for that. All right, that should be fine. So what is our team? I forgot about this, where this dude is just sitting there contemplating life. Look at him. Look at him. Somebody made this image. Oh my God, that is a man who is hating life. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right, me went school. All right, so. Of course, upcoming scouting report for the draft and everything. We'll find out more information as the year goes on. It's not too crazy or too in-depth. Oh, shit. Hold on. We'll take a look more at the progress reports later. GM rankings. So I guess the Ducks have the best GM right now. I'm sure we're dead last. We're actually not. It's a dude named Mango that is somehow dead last. Nice. Finances. Of course, this was one of the games where you could, affect ticket prices and everything like that. Which our prices are apparently lower than league average. But honestly, next game attendance, I mean, we want to do what we can do to try and sell out that arena every night. Because this team is going to be very bad. Very, very bad. How old's Lemieux at this point? He's up there. $75 for playoff tickets? That's not too bad. Then switch to expenses. We can do more about that later. See, our concession prices will be up. Tickets being too high and having a shit team causing the arena to not have people in the stands. I wish it was like that in the current games. No kidding. So we can also get the facility upgrades. So scouting lets you view 1 to 4 more rookie prospect attributes in the scouting report. Medical, players recover faster. Coaching helps players reach their potential more quickly. Marketing adds 4% to our home attendance. Legal helps you sign players for 5% less money. Locker room improves all player morale by 3 to 5. Practice rink improves all player attributes for home games, which is sick. Team gym improves strength and endurance attributes. Travel increases the player's attribute for home and road games. And the equipment room increases skating and shooting attributes. Let's be honest, for us right now, with how bad this team is, we are going to want to improve our scouting. Yeah, honestly. So local scout, regional scout, Eastern, and Western. Yeah, honestly. Let's upgrade our scouting to kick it off. The roster as it stands. Let's take a look. So our forwards. Right wings. Rico Fata. Hello, Mata. Rico Fata. Old Rico Fata. What a guy. 73 overall, 80 potential from the Sioux. Don't tell Kyle Dubas. We have Matt Bradley from Stittsville. 71 overall, 76 potential. We have Kelly Buckberger out of Saskatchewan. 73 overall, 51 potential, i.e. the game thinks you're cooked. And Eric Mellock, who is as good as he is going to be, out of La Chute Québécois. Left wings, we have Martin Straka, an 85 overall. Bargaining chip there. Was this Kirill? Nope, it was Konstantin Koltsov. 95 potential. 65 overall. God damn. Fast as hell, too. McKenna. Steve McKenna. 70 overall. 6'8". 255. Let's go. Thomas Sorovi? It is Tomas Sorovi. 73 overall. 76 potential. Of Slovakia. Alexei Morozov. 81 overall. He's not going to get much better. Guillaume Lefebvre. 74 overall, 77 potential out of Amos, Quebec. Ramzi Abid. Montreal. 95 potential for Abid as well. Holy shiz. Okay. I guess they took pity on the Penguins at the time. Center Brian Holzinger out of Parma, Ohio. Who else is out of Parma, Ohio? Why do I feel like it's Al Snow? That was Lima, Ohio. Who the hell's from Parma, Ohio? This is very important. Don't at me. This is very important. Who the hell is from Parma? Notable people. Dan Fritsch. Okay. Chef Boyardee. Hell yeah. That's why Parma, Ohio is important. Goddamn Chef Boyardee. The man himself. Unbelievable. Also, Alan Ruck is from Parma, Ohio. And as is The Miz as well, but who cares about him? Alan Ruck. The real eldest boy. And Alex Nedeljkovic. Huh. There you go. Shout out to Parma, Ohio. They're doing all right. They're doing all right in Parma. Oh, Mikhail Sivek, 68 overall, 78 potential. Okay. Got Mike, don't call me Clint Eastwood, rocking a 68 overall and a 51 potential. Chris Beach, out of Salmon Arm, BC, 69 overall, 88 potential. Okay. Was it Martin? Milan Kraft is what it was. 69 overall, 87 potential. All right, so we do have a couple of people to work with. And some dude named Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux rocking an 89 overall. Of course, he was rapidly approaching 40. But we know he'd stick around for a little bit longer, of course, because he would be teammates with Sidney Crosby. So that is the forward situation. We might have to call certain people up, actually. Let me see. We'll take a look, actually, at the defense first. So who do we have on defense? Ross Lepaschuk. 69 overall, 83 potential. Okay. Yes, it does, Leo. We have Richard Lintner. 73 overall, so he's not going to get much better. Mark Bergervan. It's GM extraordinaire, Mark Bergevin. Old Bergie biceps himself. The most jacked GM in the history of sports. And never forget it. Never goddamn forget the one and the only Bergie biceps. Look at that man. Look at that man. He'll lead you into war. Anyway. Mark Bergevin. Josef Melishar. 68 overall, 74 potential. Jesus. Whew. Brooks Orpik, a very young Brooks Orpik. 98 potential for Brooks Orpik. Good Lord. Hell yes, but good Lord. Mikhail Roosevelt, also here, 77 overall, 76 potential. Fortunately, not going to get much better. That Dan Folk, it is, out of Regina, Saskatchewan. He is not going to get much better, unfortunately. Dick Tarnstrom, also not going to get much better, but he's okay for now. And that's our defense. Goaltenders, dude, we don't even have Fleury. It's J.S. Oban at a 78 overall. We have Sebastian Caron, 89 potential. Okay, that's not bad. At least we kind of sort of have a goalie. And Johan Hedberg, rocking an 86. All right, we got to trade Hedberg. This we know. We got to get rid of Hedberg. Quickly. Quickly. Or it was only 18. Yeah. Oh, defense. I mean, I go through rosters on the old games all the time. It's a blast. All right, so Caron's in the minors. That's fine. Let's go back to defensemen. Sort by overall. Oh, my God, this defense. Whew. Can I see handedness from here? I can. Good. Okay, we got like no righties. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Orpik and Falk are in a bit of trouble. Dan Falk didn't really have potential, right? Yeah, not really. All right, so Dan, we're gonna leave you in the minors. Because, also, I like to attract superstar players and star players. Apparently, I mean, unless it's for defense only, apparently it doesn't even count Lemieux. Hate to say it, I think it's the Burger Van. We want to call up Lepaschuk. And, send down the Burger Van. And what do we have for forwards? Sort forwards. We have 4 right wings if we call up Buckberger. Hell of a lot of left wings, hell of a lot of centers. Okay. Let's see. Left wing. Sorovi's the extra one. Damn. All right, who the hell are we going to have here then? So McKenna is nothing special. Send him down. Guillaume Lefebvre, I mean, a 77's okay. Ramsey Abid definitely makes the team. Straka definitely makes the team. Koltsov had a really good potential. He's definitely making it. Morozov was good. Didn't have a good potential at this point. Sorovi can go down. Okay. And then for the centers, like obviously Lemieux makes the team. Milan Kraft has a pretty good potential. Chris Beach had a great potential. Eastwood was kind of cooked. Holzinger was okay, but not amazing. And then Sivek. All right, I think we're good then. I think we're good. That works for me. That works. In terms of free agency, as I kind of do in these games, I'm not going to like immediately just sign all the best free agents. I like to have a bit more of a challenge than that. I mean, cynical. It's to have the best office. Look at this bitch ass. Look at this bitch ass starter GM's office. You think I'm going to settle for just that? Hell no. I will not rest until there is a stuffed bear in the corner of this office. I realize for someone who doesn't know what this game includes, that probably sounds very weird, but hey, there's your incentive to stick around. All right, so we got Straka, Lemieux, and Mellock. Morozov, Holzinger, Buckberger, Abid, Fata, and Bradley. Well, this is just all screwed up now, isn't it? Even though I sent... Oh, if I went best lines, does that mean it sent certain people down? It might have. Damn. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Well, then let's see. I mean, Mellock, Buckberger, Bradley. And then McKenna we didn't really care about. So, can we get McKenna swapped for Fata? Centers. Holzinger, Lemieux, Chris Beach. Damn it. It's one of those ones where it's going to be all screwed up. All right. I'm going to have to do this the long way, but that's okay. Let me go to the defense first, and it'll be easier to fix. Actually, the goaltending, Hedberg Oban. Fine. Karan was the youngest? Yes. Although Karan also had a crazy potential over Oban. Let's get Sebastian Caron in there. God, Guillaume Lefebvre on the hero line. That's not good. That's not good. Hero line being, hey, we're in trouble and we need a goal late. Who are we sending out there? I'd rather have Ramsey Abid out there, honestly. That's a bit rough. All right, again, to set up the lines, bring back the hero line. It'd be nice, honestly. I mean, they have the whole shorten the bench thing, but which gets us a little bit closer to it. But all right, so we need Fata out for Chris Beach. McKenna out for Fata. That works. We need Lefebvre out for a different center. It wasn't Eastwood. Was it Kraft? It was Kraft. Just making sure there was nobody else. Because Sivek wasn't that good. All right. Let's get Kraft in there over Lefebvre. And honestly, I mean, that works. It's not great, but it works. Then right wing side, I think we were going to look at taking Buckberger and Bradley out of there. so. Never mind, there wasn't anybody else. Swap Bradley and Fada then. Ah, shit, I did it the wrong way. Yep, I immediately did it the wrong way. I just scratch Eastwood. Son of a bitch! Not used to the frickin' slight difference in the buttons at the time. And it keeps setting me back. I guess Fada's going to be a fourth liner then. Screw it. And again, Lefebvre was out for Kraft. Only left wing we might have taken out was Sorovi. I think it was Koltsov that we wanted in. It was. Okay, there we go. That's a bit easier. And then old Burger Van needed to be out for Brooks Orpik. All right, so at least the dudes that we want playing are playing. Got to go back and put Caron back in there. There we go. Cool. For the hell of it, I do want to see what free agents were out there, but again, we're not going to sign anybody. Because I feel like we could improve the team way too quickly, and I don't really want to do that. But yeah, it's veterans like Joe Nieuwendyk, Cliff Ronning, Boris Mironov, Marty Rachinsky, Mark Messier, Phil Housley, Doug Gilmore. I mean, a lot of very, very notable players, but we're not trying to be good right now. We're trying to be bad. And even in terms of potential, there's nobody that's too crazy. I'd rather let the AI have a chance at someone like Mike Motto first. And then defensively, yeah, we already looked there. What about goalies? Felix Potvin, Jamie Storr, Tim Thomas, Corey Hirsch. Fair enough. But we are good to just watch this team be absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Also, you could set the practice lengths, but it does do that on its own, which I'm kind of good with. Kind of good with it. So let's go to like January 1st. See where we're at. This game has a 20-year limit. I think it is 20, yeah. I think. Which is funny because we're still only at a 25. We lost 12-5 to Boston. Good Lord. Jochen Hish, Danny Briere, and a second for our first-round pick, our second-round pick, and Chris Beach. No. We're not giving up that first-rounder. You're out of your mind. Brad May and Fedor Fedorov for a third and a fourth. Unfortunately, I have no way of program. I didn't mean to open. Shout out to Camtasia. What a program. Unfortunately, hello. What happened to my display? Thank you. I have no way of checking like how good Fedor Fedorov is, which kind of sucks. I'd really like to know if he's good or not, but again, I have no way of checking before this trade. So we are kind of having to go off a name value, which might not work. Simply because we don't know if someone who ended up being good would have been rated highly that way. So, yeah, we're going to wait. We are going to wait. And there's a lot of L's popping up. Paul Ranheim and a fourth for Brooks Orpik and J.S. O'Ban. No, that's horrific. Quit trying to rob me blind, goddammit. AI is trying to kill me here. New accomplishment. Do you want to save? Sure. I will gladly save my accomplishments. Aren't you proud of me, Dad? He is, actually. All right. So we have to be god-awful, right? Let's see. Eastern Conference. Oh, yeah. We have 9 wins, 28 losses. Sweet. All right. We are tanking beautifully. Even with Even with some players on the team that I'd like to get rid of. 18 experience already. Okay. Where do I want to go from here? I think it is office. Manage roster. Okay, I did give the AI time to sign certain people. Again, I still don't want to go. Okay, the AI did take advantage too. Shout out to Alex Dake. I want to look at potential. Holy. Okay. So in terms of potentials for forwards, Mike Hardigan, but especially Mikhail Samuelsson. Nope, Martin Samuelsson. Damn it, I was going to say the highlight of Vancouver's draft, Mikhail Samuelsson. But we can go for Martin Samuelsson if he's just kind of sitting there. 2-year deal. He wants $1.4 million for the year. Damn. I'll just give you that deal. That's fine. All right, cool. Well, we got Martin Samuelsson then. Best potential left of anybody on the free agent list for forwards. Could also go for Hardigan. And we might as well. But Hardigan is 26. I didn't even see how old Samuelsson was, so. Defensively, holy God, the big three. Safronov, Mike Commodore, and Bruno Saint-Jacques. Let's look at Safronov. Doing the math in my head. 1981. I mean, he'd be up there. Yeah, he's 22. That's not bad. Kirill Safronov. Let's sign you. Why not? Why not? What can we do for Mike Commodore? 24 years old. Still probably worth signing him. Give him a chance. Never know if we'll be able to get him to develop. And then Bruno. Bruno is 23. Screw it. We'll give him a chance. Also, maybe the AI will be like, actually, we really want that guy. Well, you should have signed him. Goalies. Just Jamie Storr left, but he's an 85 out of the gates, so there is that. Okay, a couple of other moves there. That's not too bad. What else can we do for old Goosemans? Actually, I don't think there is too much left to do. Do we know when the trade deadline is? It is not going to tell me directly, apparently. Let's see if we get any other trade offers here before we might take a look around the league. But it looks like we're going to be bad enough to be in contention. I mean, that's another game this year where we've given up 12 goals. We just lost 10-9 to Boston. I mean, Andy McDonald isn't too bad. But Roosevelt and Samuelsson, I'm going to say no to that. Thoughts on the Bruins overall draft? Promising on paper. It is promising on paper. We'll see if it works out long term, right? Talk to me in 4 to 5 years, but on paper, promising. I mean, again, like James Hagens was, very highly touted heading into the year. So I'm not upset about it. Feels like the Bruins actually did the smart thing for once. All right, back to the office. We know that we're going to be terrible. Check for upgrades at the end of the year. I forgot what the trade screen looked like at this point. Players sorted by attributes. Oh, wow. That is actually what the team is looking like right now. So Lemieux is down to an 82. Damn. I was hoping to be able to sort by... Aha, there we go. Potential. Potential is what I wanted. Oh my god, I keep hitting too far. There we go. Orpik is the best of the bunch. Ducks have Stanislav Chistov at a 96 potential. Holy hell. Atlanta, Svitov, 99 potential. Garnett, Exelby, a 95. Jesus. Kovalchuk's, the order sometimes gets messed up. It's weird. Sean Morrison at a 99. Hummel, Hilbert. Damn. Ganoff is up there for Buffalo. Okay, 98 potential Chuck Kobasu. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know is 98 potential Chuck Kobasu. But I imagine the deadline is shortly here if it hasn't happened yet. I'm going to guess it's gone through already, which is okay. But yeah, there weren't too many crazy trades to really be able to go after. You're about to sim past the deadline. Oh, wow. It's like at the end of March. Cancel and go back. Wow. Trade deadline on March 21st. Okay. How many times have we had like a double-digit goal total? This is insane. All right. Well, you know what? I think we're good. I think we're good, actually, just because trading is a bit awkward in this game. Melishar for Henderson. Again, I just don't know. I just don't know. I can only base it off of overall. I can't see potential, so I'm going to say no. If there were picks involved, I might consider it, but GM Mon's unhappy after big loss. He sure is. Look at that man. Look at how unhappy he is. Look at how unhappy that goose is. Dude, we lost 15-3. I would imagine we just set the record for most goals against in a season. I can't imagine we didn't. That is crazy. Huh. So team standings wise, Detroit was the top team of 59 wins. We had to have been dead last. Had to have been. Oh yeah, just 18 wins, 62 losses. Okay. Fair enough. And 2 overtime losses. For 38 points, next lowest was Chicago at 65. We scored 4. We allowed 675 goals. Holy God. I'm pretty sure we allowed more goals than all but one team scored. As the Avs scored 679 goals total, apparently. That is insanity. All right, let's see. For the Penguins. So I think putting the period length on 20 minutes had an effect. I think putting the period length on 20 minutes had an effect. Jerome McGinley scored 188 goals. Uh-huh. Okay. So, 20-minute periods, probably not the best idea, at least for, realistic results. Am I insane to say keep it? I mean, honestly. 169 assists for Craig Conroy. Sakic also over 160. That's insane, man. Ginla and Fedorov finished the year with 310 points each. Well, now that every Gretzky record's broken. Darian Hatcher and McKenna had 315 penalties each. 315 penalty minutes, that is. Brett Hull was a plus 154, while Johnson was a negative 91. 66 power play goals for Fedorov. Oh, my God. Dude, you had some people at Glenn Murray was nearly at 1,200 shots in a season. Matt Sundin won 1,500 faceoffs in a single year. Zdeno Chara had nearly 700 hits. Al McInnes played freaking 2,400 minutes. Oh my God. View goalies. Lowest goals against average was a 5.37 for Dominik Hasek. Oh my God. Yeah, so 20-minute periods is interesting. Worst goals against average for a full-time goalie was Sebastian Caron at an 8.59. There's no way there was a shutout, right? Cloutier allowed over 460 goals. I mean, save percentages were still all right. You know? You still had a couple of guys like Belfour, Biron in the 930s. There was a shutout. Okay, 5 shutouts league-wide. Fair enough. 6 goalie pims for Cloutier, no goalie goals, couple of goalie pulls. Excuse me. By the way, the tallest goalie was only 6'5". And rookie forwards. Got the 98 points for Reed. Okay. I don't know. Like, we could leave it. We could leave it on 20-minute periods. Maybe we just cut that back to like 10, if not even 5, you know? What if we go back to 10 for next season? 300-point seasons. Holy. I did not know that the game did that. I gotta be honest. That was nuts. Pittsburgh officially out of the playoffs. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Good Lord. That was insane. All right, well, let's see who won the Stanley Cup in 2004. If there's any justice in this world, it'll be Calgary. Is there sweet justice in this world? Nope, because it's the New York Rangers. 10 years after their previous cup. Outstanding. There you go. The Rangers get it done. What do we got for awards here? Rangers win the cup. Hart Trophy to Jarome Iginla. Rightfully so, given he was robbed in 2002. Art Ross Trophy, Jarome Iginla. Maurice Rocket Richard, Jarome Iginla. The Norris to Nicholas Lidstrom. Calder to Eric Mellock. Hey, we had a Calder winner. Let's go. Martin Brodeur wins the Vezina. The Bing to Martin Straka. The Selke to Darren McCarty. Conn Smythe Trophy to Mike Dunham. Jennings to Nabokov. Masterton to Victor Kozlov. And the Lester B. Pearson, as it was known at the time, goes to Jarome Iginla. The Jack Adams to Ken Hitchcock. That's right, because this game had proper licensed coaches. Yeah. But hey, we got it back now. We got it back now, don't we? We got it back now. I mean, playoff stats, obviously, it'll be a shorter sample size. But, I mean, like, 38 points in 24 games for Peter Nedved, that's not out of the realm of possibility for a guy who won the cup. So, honestly, 10 minutes looks pretty good. Based on that super limited sample size. So, we are heading to the draft. It's immediate, by the way. Holy shit. Okay, we do have the first overall pick. Right. I do not know the overall for anybody. I do not know the potential for anybody. Nobody that we know of has good speed, or at least crazy speed. mean, Sorela's up there for passing. Aggression. Nobody has crazy shot power. Oh, this draft is going to be so bad for us. Sorela's up there with puck control. We got some guys that can hit, but I got a bad feeling about this. We don't know the overall for any of the goalies. We don't know any of the potentials. Goalie recovery. Malmstrom's up there. Fogamo, Malmstrom, Eklund. All right, well, the same couple guys are up there. Right. So first overall, well, the problem is we need to improve our scouting department. That's why it's as bare bones as it is. That's the big issue. I mean, there were a couple of goalies that didn't look too bad, but Sorela kind of looked like the best of the bunch. He was up there for, like, passing and skating. Shot power and accuracy wasn't too bad. Deking was up there. Puck control was really good. We're taking this guy. We're taking Petri Sorela, the center. Hope to God it doesn't mean that he's a 20 overall. It doesn't. That's okay. Round number 2. Any of those goalies still available? Malmstrom is still there. So out of those goalies, Malmstrom's the only one left, but let's go for him. Take Alexander Malmstrom. Third round. Konberg has speed that we know of. Persson with some agility and endurance. Scheiman has some good aggression. So, like, Konberg, Persson. Sweeney's apparently got a good shot. Safronov's got good puck control. Or we go for the best body checker in the draft, that being Podolin. Let's go for Podolin. Let's get some grit in there. In the third round with Brandon Podolin. What a name. After that, Persson still there. So is Sweeney. Let's go for Sweeney. Can't go wrong with a Sweeney. All right, Bruins fans? Tyler Sweeney. Can't wait to see how good or bad these guys are. We don't know anybody with any sort of speed left. Scheiman's still available. Safronov's got some shot power. Safronov was the guy with puck control. Let's take Safronov. Yuri Safronov. In the 5th round. That's it. We only got 5 rounds in the draft. Fair enough. Am I able to see those particular players? All right. So, Tyler Sweeney. 76 overall out of the gates, but only a 62 potential. If we can sign him and flip him quickly, that won't be too bad. Let's sign him. At least the starting overall isn't too bad. The potential's awful, though. So in theory, he's not going to get any better. He's going to get worse. We'll look at Sorela last. Let's look at Safronov. 75 out of the gate, 69 potential. So again, like a usable player out of the gates, but just not going to be anything special. But let's see if we can bring him back for now. Let's see. Let's see. Who else do we have? Podolin. Similar story. 78 overall out of the gates. Only a 63 potential. Okay. Still gonna sign him. A 2-year deal at 1.6, apparently. Then we had the second round pick of a goalie, which is Malmstrom. 79 overall out of the gates, 66 potential. God damn, that is, what a consistent draft of decent overalls, but terrible potentials. Huh. We'll still sign him. And then the first overall pick, Sarela. Aha. Well, now you see why I was trying to invest in our scouting department as soon as I possibly could. Got some decent players out of the gates, but yeah, we literally just drafted Finish Yakupov. That is a year in the books. Let's take a look at potential upgrades. We have 2 upgrade points. Let's add the Junior League Scout and the Minor League Scout. Just immediately give us increased scouting. And can we change anything about the office? What will be our initial upgrades? We can change out the Sex Pest for Lions. We're keeping the Sex Pest. Ivory Bookcase. Can't change that. Ooh, Bookcase Top. Nope. Can't change that either. Did I not get anything? Aside from a chance to say goodbye to the Sex Pest? Slot Machine File Cabinet. Old slate desk. Well, humble beginnings. Outside of being able to change the floor to marine blue. Let's go. We got a blue floor now. Oh, and we have a new wardrobe. We're feeling sporty. Look at that. Oh, so we had white. What's business? Ooh, look at that. A little two-tone? Little two-tone purple suit? But nah, I mean, come on. We're feeling sporty. Hell yeah. Wallpaper. We'll switch over to Thunder now. Matches the floor better. Well, there we go. 1 year in. And look at that. Look at those changes already. Look at that. We got a blue floor. And sneakers. Crushing it.